Everything where it from, you know it goes down. Day and night, hood, block, town, murder, murder, kill, like the sun. We coming at you live from the graveyard.
Bitches, sing bitches when I'm switching from all to ammunition. Listen, this is for the kids in position. Wait to escape each clip and evicted. You're 6 bitch, you're 60 digits. Profit from these flicks and keep my spit prolific. In an instant, I'ma live a life like mystic. Stay high to defy the laws of physics. Critics kiss my ass, go witness. Never been seen when I ain't in the misfit. This shit ain't equipped with enough to have ammo. When the king starts quickly, give it a 0 when I'm a 15 like AR. You can live your life in a graveyard. Like you're not gonna take ours. I got a lot to say that just ain't bars. If you hate ours, this day might make ours something frightening's about to happen. Lightning strikes the mic when I be rapping. Don't even come and tell me it's on me blasted. I'll be flashing, ego smashing. Nobody will close my casket.
Live from the graveyard, 3 young rhymes, ammunition, King Song, Matt Chino.
Everything where we from, yo, it goes down. Day and night, hood, block, town, murder, murder, kill, life is hard. We coming at you live from the graveyard. Murder, murder, kill, murder, murder, kill, murder, kill, life is hard. We coming at you live from the graveyard.
Shit's for the reason I bitch ass niggas hate. Nigga rap in my hood on no days. Flip the script from a strap to race. Somebody dropped in the middle set. Fellas, that's what it was so nice, really wet. It's a killer set. I got mental threats, and on top of that, I'm a lunatic. My niggas be tripping on me sometimes. Saying that a nigga be out of mind. So evacuate. In other words, vacate. Cause a nigga like me might premeditate. I'm full of danger. Oops, I mean anger shit. But I guess they multiply. See, I, not me, my nigga. Got 20/20 vision. Pick my dream. It's lovely, ain't it? Nigga, that's my bitch. We fucked around. This is ain't shit. I'm taking shit. Insane shit. And every time I get done, it's an empty clip. I don't understand, but I'm on the edge. I guess I'm part of the living dead. That's what it said. From me, don't listen. Crazy, sorry, got hollows hissing. Walk with me, go kill with me, pull guns with me, come in with me, come ride with me, go steal with me. If you don't fuck with me, you history. One life like on and sick. And the death's for me and run the stick. Torture chamber, bottom pit, the home of a drink that lunatic.
Everything where we from, yo, it goes down.
It's going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the club, she Tuesday. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Talk US Tuesday. How's everybody doing out there today?
Good, man. Good.
Hey, it's Taco Tuesday. You already know.
I'm very happy to be here.
Okay, all right. I like it. I like the energy, goddammit. I like the energy. Keep it going, goddammit. Keep it going, goddammit. Listen, y'all know how we do each and every Tuesday. We come to y'all with our trash ass players and our certified players. Ryan Thomas, kick us off with those trash ass players, shall you?
Okay, my trash ass player this week is the NFL. You know you fucked up, right? You know you fucked up. You look past the Cincinnati Bengals. You look past them. And they went into Buffalo and beat the shit out of the Bills. What happened, baby? What happened,
baby?
The Bills, I cannot even find no Buffalo fans now. Never even heard of them.
I've seen a couple.
They're still here.
There go H. H is around. He's around.
Yeah, whatever. But you got your ass whooped. You gonna look past Cincinnati again?
Since Ace is here, I remember when Ace told me if they played Cincinnati last year, they would have beat them. Yeah, that's what he told me.
And what happened, Dennis?
And this regular season game that they didn't finish.
I don't know what happened.
What happened, y'all?
I don't know.
Cincinnati's better team. That's what happened.
Oh yeah, so y'all answer my question. Buffalo wasn't even that good. Huh?
I'll wait till it's my turn. Go ahead, Ryan, with the rest of your stuff. Go ahead, Ryan.
And my next one is the Giants.
The New York Giants.
The New York
Giants. Football Giants?
The New York Football Giants?
Yeah, man.
The team that plays in New Jersey, you talking about them?
Man,
they play football. Who they play this week?
Hey, I give it to you, Dennis. Y'all put hands on those boys. Like Jarvis say. Y'all put hands on those boys.
Okay. All right.
Back to you, Dennis.
All right. What you got there, Zar?
Man, shit, trash ass. Let's go to the let's mountain it up a little bit. I gotta go to the association first. We don't talk about it as much. I'm sure once the Super Bowl is over and as they get to the second half. But I'm gonna get to, obviously, these teams aren't good. I get it, but people are tanking. The Pistons is another team tanking. These like 8-game losing streaks. They're on a 5 now. Houston was on a 13-game losing streak and finally decided to play last night and win a game. But this tanking for Victor has got to stop. They said they was going to put a stop to it. I don't know how you can, because how can you say a team ain't playing hard? They just might not be good enough. But I think what they need to do, yes, they went from draft status to a lottery, which, so meaning you tank and get the worst record, you're still not guaranteed. I think they need to do a little something else. I think
I'm with you, Zar. I think they should do a tournament for it.
Yeah, I got an idea. Well, I got an idea. And this is in my Dynasty Baseball League. So the top 5 teams get paid out 1st through 5th. So for those that tank to try to get it, because we do minor league, it's like a real league. So but those that tank and finish, because 12 teams, the 6th pick, the team that misses the payout out of the top 5, the 6th team gets the number 1 pick. So I think the league should reward the teams that are playing hard. And if you just miss the playoffs, I think the draft order should go that way. You don't give it to the playoff teams.
The CBA would never agree to that.
But I'm saying don't give it to the playoff teams, but give it to the teams that are still growing, but still trying to go somewhere.
Yeah, they'll never agree to that. The NBA,
not.
they make too much money off of tanking.
I like the tournament. I like the tournament. Give
So we call that's that second option. We call it the toilet bowl.
Yeah, I like the tournament. Eight teams, top 8 teams, tournament, fast tournament.
8 teams that don't. No. You talking about each side? Or no. It's more. It's 13.
Well, it's altogether it's 12 lottery picks, but I mean, a lot of them lottery teams end up losing a pick. Right. So I don't want teams that are in the playoffs to be in this tournament. Is what I'm saying.
No, of course not.
Right. So, and then this tournament is going to be quick. This is going to be a quick weekend tournament. We're going to do all this at one.
You got 16 teams that make the playoffs, so that leaves 14, right?
Right, but like I said, all the time it ain't really that many that using. I just say the top 8. The rest of them 6 can float around wherever they want to.
I don't know. That's I mean, it's a start. I don't know if that's the proper answer though.
Yeah, I'd say the top 8. Top 8 go at it, do what they're supposed to do, and it'll be a 1 weekend thing in Vegas. Everybody play back to back to back. Then the next day, if you lost, you out of there. The next day, you back at it, playing again. Then if you lost that, you out of there. And then the last day should be the joint.
Right. And then just, I mean, I guess I'll just talk briefly about it. I know Dallas is America's team, and I know everybody lives and dies by what we do. Like, they teams, I'm telling you, people's teams literally don't mean nothing when it comes to the Cowboys. It's still flooded with Cowboy stuff, from Sunday. But what about Buffalo? Now, and I'm not going to look at that particular fan because I did holler at my partner Will, but I'm just saying media. I'm talking bigger. This is bigger than Nino Brown.
Oh,
that got a bad game and we lost. But just to be correct, we wasn't favored. We were on the road. Nobody expected us to win that game. Now, that don't mean you don't go out there and try to win, but no one gave us a chance. Yet, when we lose, it's like we fucking choke. We're terrible. We're this. Yet, Buffalo was at home, a pretty decent-sized favorite. They're selling tickets to the AFC Championship game. They got the MVP, preseason favorite MVP the last 2 seasons. They're favored to go to the Super Bowl. Josh Allen is so much better than Dak Prescott, yet he throws for no touchdowns and also has a pick himself, a key interception. And they get their asses whooped. I ain't seen a meme yet. I ain't seen a Josh Allen bash yet. I ain't heard that he's the black Turner or whatever. Tyron, what's the quarterback? Maybe
Taylor.
He's the black EJ Manuel, because Dak's the black Kirk Cousins. Maybe he's the white EJ Manuel. I ain't heard none of that. But all I'm hearing about is I just want to even. Yes, Dak didn't play well, but neither did Josh Allen. So don't come in here saying he ain't as good as Josh.
He's
and
still,
then
he's still Rivers
2.0. I'm just saying he went backwards. He didn't make the championship game. He's going in reverse now.
Wait a minute. So this the excuse they came up with this week.
Right. And again, this ain't out to, like I said, I chop with Ace. This ain't even out to particular people. This is the media in general and the bigger and all these casual people that just is cowboy this, Dak that. But Buffalo and Josh Allen just gets a pass. Mr. MVP, Mr. the Best. He gets a pass. This shit is not cool, bro.
I mean, we all know why, though.
That's it.
We know why.
And that's where I'm going to leave it.
All right, let's see what you got, Sports Angle.
I mean, I only got 2 when it comes to, that situation. First would be the NBA, the announcement that they will be doing the rosters live the day of the NBA All-Star Game. Now, they've normally been doing it days before, where they'll announce the rosters. You'll have your captain on the East, captain of the West. But to do it live, I think like an hour and a half before the NBA All-Star Game, to me, it's just kind of gimmicky. I mean, granted, I know the All-Star Game has been a gimmick of itself, but having LeBron and Giannis announce the rosters live an hour before the game, to me, it just sounds a little gimmicky. So that'd be my first one. And then the second would be the New Orleans Saints, and more importantly, Sean Payton. The fact that Sean Payton not only going to get a first-round pick if you have to trade for him, but the fact that Sean Payton wants to be the highest-paid coach in the NFL, he wants to get paid $20 million per year to come back. Keep in mind, Sean McAvoy is $15 million. He's the highest-paid coach right now. So you're having to pay $5 million more than who the current highest-paid coach is. So not only do you got to sacrifice a first-round pick.
Who does Sean McAvoy coach? I'm sorry.
Sean McVay. Yeah, McVay.
Oh, my fault. Sean McVay. Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know.
That's my bad on that part. My bad on that part. But yeah, I mean, McVay is getting paid $15 million, and you're going to have to pay Sean Payton $20 million. I just wouldn't do it. So the second one is Sean Payton, and the fact that you have to give up a first-round pick and make him the highest-paid coach in the NFL just to bring him back.
Okay. All right. Well, y'all was talking that Josh Allen stuff, and I basically been saying for a couple of days that Josh Allen and Dak Prescott are pretty much the same quarterback to me. Mm-hmm. A lot of people kept saying it was Kirk Cousins. No, it's not Kirk Cousins. It's Josh Allen and Dak Prescott. They're the same quarterback. Mm-hmm. Those guys are the same. And Zara wasn't lying. Dak is getting all the blame. But like you said, Josh was at home and didn't throw a touchdown and only put up 10 points against a defense that don't have not one all-pro on it, with a starting cornerback named Eli Apple. And this when your defensive coordinator is the shit, right? When you make your wide receiver and your quarterback have an argument, that's when the defensive coordinator is doing his goddamn job. Mm-hmm. That defensive coordinator was doing his goddamn job. And I know a lot of Buffalo fans going to sit there and say, oh, Dan, you don't know what you're talking about. You're wrong. Stephon Diggs is the fuck out of there. All right. I don't give a damn what y'all say. Stephon Diggs, a lot of people don't want to say it, Nobody want to bring it up. Stephon Diggs is gone. Okay, and you have seen the last of him in a Bills jersey. Yeah, I said it.
Hey, send
He's
him down to
gone.
Chicago. We'll give me a first round pick. Come to
Hey
Chicago.
man, listen. See what you can. Hey, see if you can swindle the Arizona Cardinals. See if you can get D-Hop. Do what you're gonna do, but you better get something for Stephon Diggs
Hey,
instead of nothing. That's what I'm gonna say. All right. That's exactly what I'm gonna say. You better see what you're gonna get, because
Hey
his
Ron,
aim
Ron, you
is
take
gone.
DeAndre Hopkins, and I'll take Stephon Diggs. How about that?
All right, it sounds good.
Oh man, Blaze in the building talking to us. He over there talking to Ricky Bobby. I see that. I see it. I see it.
But
I like the love that's going on, man. Another trash ass player I got out there. This will be my last one. Will be the Houston Cougars. That's what it'll be. The number one NCAA basketball team, Houston Cougars. That's right. They lost to my Temple Owls, baby. Yeah, baby. To the Temple Owls. Upset special. It's getting close to March. It's getting close to March.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ron. We're going to do these certified players.
my certified player is the Kansas City Chiefs. They beat the Jaguars. Like I told somebody early Sunday morning, Kansas City Chiefs got experience. They got experience. They defense show up in big time games. What they did against the Jaguars, their defense got to the Jaguars quarterback. So that's it, Dennis.
Okay. All right. What you got over there, Zar?
Yeah, we're gonna go back to the association. So, we talked about the teams that are obviously, thinking they're in line to get, the big homie Victor. I call him Victor, just because, I want to be a little different with the name association. But we're gonna shout out the Celtics again as usual. 9-1 last 10 games. So far, been the best team first half of the season on either conference. To be honest with you, propping up your boys. I know you're gonna. I'm just gonna throw them in there real quick. Just give them some props. They won 5 in a row. They actually jumped up to second in the East. It's the highest I think they've been either all year or at least in a while since they've been up to the second spot. My Bulls are playing a little better. We won 3 in a row. We're up by 20 tonight, pushing 500, and we in the play-in. We're actually the same spot as the Warriors. So is that a good or a bad thing? Is that good for us, bad for them, or I don't know what's going on, but we're playing some good basketball. So at the right time with this trading and all this stuff, we may end up being buyers. Who knows? And Pat Williams is showing a little bit from the draft. We took him at number I forgot what number 5 or 6 in the same draft with Wiseman, and he looks like a better player than James Wiseman at this point. So kudos to that. And then out west, shout out to Denver and Joker, who's still rolling. Best team in the Western Conference as well. And then, shout out to the Eagles. Winning 3 games. I'll let you go more in depth. Winning 3 games in a row against an NFC East opponent. And shout out to the Bengals, Joe Burr, in my playoff fantasy. That's funny. That ain't my team, but them boys is good, man. And I picked up most of those players in my playoffs, even though I had the Chiefs in the bowl. The way the playoffs work is you want to get players that advance, because the more they advance, your points double and triple and quadruple. So, and I got more Bengals than I do Chiefs. So, shout out, man, for putting hands, on that team that was favored to win the Super Bowl this year, man. Props to that. That's where I'm gonna leave mine.
Okay, what you got, Ian?
So my certified player is the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, the Jacksonville Jaguars took it to the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, the full game, all four quarters of the game, the Jacksonville Jaguars did what they had to do. And you know what? As much as I don't like to say it, do I think that Trevor Lawrence is still a little bit overhyped? Yes. But will I say that he's impressed me this year? Absolutely. Trevor Lawrence year 1 and Trevor Lawrence year 2, complete 180. I give him his props. And the fact that the Jacksonville Jaguars scored 10 points in the fourth quarter and only kept it to a touchdown, I give them their props. They're a certified player. So, Jacksonville Jaguars is mine.
Okay. What you got over there, Blaze?
What's happening, everybody?
What happening?
I'm in a good mood. You feel me? I'm in a good mood. Talk your ish Tuesday. Not much ish to talk about. I've only got 5 minutes since I'm at work. So I just want to say hey to everybody. And them Bengals are still alive. The preseason prediction of the Bengals versus Eagles is still alive.
Okay.
But I just want to say, hey, Bills fans, I've been seeing a lot of panic. I've been seeing a lot of shit talking before the game. A lot of talk your ish Monday through last Saturday until Sunday happened.
Hey,
but now,
real quick, hey
now,
Blaze. Hey Blaze, let me jump in. Hey, that's one thing I didn't mention that you just brought to my attention. I heard a lot of fans talking about Jacksonville gonna beat KC. That way we get to host that title game in Buffalo. I heard a lot of that before the games.
What happened, baby?
There you go, Ron. There you go.
But
What happened?
yeah, so
What
I
happened,
heard all that trash talking, and then come Sunday, they didn't show up. I mean, even Bills fans say they didn't show up. If they played us on their best day, then they would beat us. That's all I heard. That's all they're making excuses about the game. Why wasn't your best day in the playoffs? Why wasn't your best day last year against the Chiefs? Why wasn't your best day 2 years ago against the Chiefs? Why is your best day never in the playoffs? I don't know. You tell me, Buffalo. That's the question you have all off season to talk about. And I didn't want to talk no shit. I try to come humble. I try to, shake your hand. But a lot of the fans spitting in my face don't appreciate it. We used to have a brotherhood. We put you in the playoffs six years ago for the first time in like 20-something years. And this is how you would pay us? You better put some respect in the Bengals name. You know what?
Hey,
Blaze. Hey, Josh Allen got 2 kryptonites now. They thought it was Pat Mahomes, but add Joe Burrow to that list.
That's right. But you know what? Bills. I will say this: the Bills have a good team. They're gonna be relevant for many years. You guys got to figure out your excuses and figure out like what's gonna make your team better. But that's enough about the Bills. We're on to Burrowhead. We're on to go take our second home over in KC. Tech 9, my favorite rapper from KC. I'll be blasting it all weekend. We're going to Arrowhead. We're whooping. We're going to the Super Bowl again. And that's our kryptonite, apparently 0-3. So when we get to the Super Bowl, you can start talking about Bengals kryptonite. But getting to the Super Bowl ain't no thing. We're winning in KC this week.
I picked KC from day one. It's on record preseason. And we do our show tomorrow or Thursday. I'm picking. I don't think Kansas City beating y'all. I think you are their kryptonite. The only team that's going to beat them, and I'm picking the Bengals.
Yep. It's going to be exciting, but I really don't start thinking about the games till Saturday. I gotta get my massages. Gotta just enjoy the win.
Watson, huh?
Yeah. Massages. You know how we do in the AFC North. You know how we do.
Deshaun Watson comes to Ohio and fucking both teams. What?
I call them Ohio massages now.
Massages.
I don't mean to bring race into it, but a lot more Asians have been heading to Ohio, getting the massage parlors going. Small businesses, gotta love small businesses, baby.
I love it.
Awesome. Love it.
You already know.
Yeah. Small businesses more than one way, because Asians be petite, so small businesses, baby.
Right. Yeah. Real talk.
Yeah, but no, I just want to pop in real quick. I know it's Talk Your Ears Tuesday. I had to, get a little things off my chest. To the real Bills fans out there, Ace the MVP, Ethan, all you guys, Kellen up top, you know what I'm saying? All y'all, it's all love. It's all love, but you know how to come talk my ish.
All right, you got to.
Woo! There you go. You got to, man.
There you go.
That's right. And Chiefs fans, if you want the smoke, call me Snoop, because I'm ready to blow it. Let's go.
What?
All right.
Wait, hold on.
I gotta get to work, y'all. Love y'all.
All right, homie.
Fuck, please.
Who's that? What did he say?
He said, "Fuck
shit."
Yeah, listen. Hey, certified player, Temple University basketball team, men's basketball team, baby. Way to go out there and get that win, baby. Temple Top. Happy for y'all. That's it. March is coming.
Yes.
March Madness is coming, baby.
Yes.
Philadelphia Eagles, way to go get that win, man. Hell of a game. Did y'all thing. We got the 49ers this week, so we'll be waiting on the 49ers. That's about all. Sixers been doing anything, so everything's been going by pretty good, man. I'm just, I'm sitting here just as humble and as excited as I could possibly be. That's all. One game at a time. Then I tell y'all that one game at a time. Y'all gonna learn how to be good fans. That's what y'all gonna learn.
Mhm.
You're gonna learn how to be good fans. And shout out to Scott Rowland, man, for getting the Hall of Fame. Shout out to Scott Rowland.
And Fred McGriff too. Shout out to him.
No, but Scott Rowland played for the Phillies. Fuck that. Scott Rowland.
Fred McGriff was a better player though.
Scott
Yeah,
Rowland.
that's true. That's true.
Roland was good though. Yeah, I mean, he made the Hall of Fame. He deserved it.
He also played for the Cubs, so that's the same thing.
But he
Fred
was
McGriff.
best when he was on the.
All right. So how y'all feel about this weekend in sports, man? Let's get that out of the way. How y'all feel about this weekend in sports?
No, I mean it was good. Like I said, man, I don't mind talking about my team. I mean, it's the class. It was another classic Niner Cowboy game. I was with my old school. It was good seeing my people, man. Like I ain't seen them in a long time. People I know for like 30 years and big gumbo party. But man, the defense. It was a defensive game, and those turnovers, not good, but they were in the first half, and I think they only equated to 3 points. I think in the second half, Shanahan made more adjustments. He started finding a little opening in the defense. They kept throwing that slant in the middle. McCaffrey started to get going. He didn't do nothing in the first half. And our defense broke down a little bit more than theirs did, is I think was the difference in the game, in my opinion. And then, like I say, in some bonehead, there's some bonehead shit. There's always going to be some bonehead. But, again, our stuff's going to be microscopic. Like I said, there's not to go back to them, but there's probably more mistakes in that AFC game that you could talk about than our game, because we did have to win that game. And against a great defense that we moved the ball up and down the field on them. We didn't put up points, but we were up and down the field on them a little bit. And if it was just a couple key things, we watch the tape. We CeeDee Lamb had a hell of a game. Keep talking about CeeDee Lamb, everybody.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I mean? That he ain't whatever. I ain't gonna even say it.
Solid defense. I'll give you credit. You had a solid defense.
Oh yeah, Parsons. Lawrence came to play, and like you say, he usually only play against Philly.
Yes, he did. Let me get that out the way. DeMarcus Lawrence came to play.
He came to play. So, it's the key thing. And people always say, like, what's next for Dallas, or what's next for what's next for whoever. We're in the top 8. We made the grade 8 basically, and as a game that was winnable. That don't mean you got to go tear shit up and do this. Sometimes a turnover, a lucky call. I felt there. I never hear me talk about the refs. I felt there was some questionable stuff there that kind of was important, but I'm gonna leave that alone. That happens. Nothing I can do about it. But we're there, so you ain't got to go do all this crazy stuff that people are saying to do. Like
you only need 2 more. You only have 2 needs though: secondary and extra receiver.
People we're gonna have to replace a coordinator or 2 because 1 is leaving, maybe 2 are leaving. So that's what I'm concerned with. I'm also concerned with Gallup. Sometimes they say it takes 2 years to come back from an ACL injury. He didn't do on the other side of the ball. CD more than made up being the number 1 receiver. I was thinking we chose Gallup over Cooper. We could have let Gallup with his torn ACL be a free agent. He was unrestricted.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
Cooper on
it wasn't just that. It was the money. Well, you were paying Cooper $20 million a year.
No, we did, but we paid Gallup. I don't know. It might not be as much, but we gave him a 6-year contract.
Oh, man.
With a torn ACL, he was a free agent. So that's what I'm saying. We could have. We basically chose him over Cooper. He's younger. He had more potential, but he's coming off an ACL. So do we keep
5
a guy?
years, $57 million.
Do we keep Cooper now, who could be the number 2, who's shown he was a number 1? Now let CD be the focal point. And I said no. That might have been the better thing to do, but I don't know. And then we got to make a decision. We got to make a decision on Schultz because he's a free agent, even though we got some young tight ends behind him.
I will say this. I knew Dallas was going to lose. When y'all lost, y'all running back.
Oh, that's what a lot of people say.
Pollard. Yeah.
Right. When y'all lost him, me and Dennis were in the Zoom. I said, Dennis, that's it. That is not going to win the game.
That I will say that.
I think I do believe, and I may be saying this from a just to get him out of my division type standpoint, but at the same time, I know there's a lot of Cowboy fans that believe this. For Ezekiel Elliott to be getting paid that much money and only be a fucking power back cannot be the thing.
You got to do more. You got to show more. To be honest,
I do think he's gone.
I mean, really, the biggest weakness the Cowboys have is their secondary, though. You just need an extra defensive back, maybe a number 2 receiver, but you really don't have many holes on your team.
Right. No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Maybe another interior D lineman, although we did good. Like I said, for most of the game, we did pretty good on the interior on the defensive side. But still, that has been a need for us, though. So, that's my take on that. Again, Buffalo, like I said, I'll let one of y'all break them down or whatever, but y'all know my thoughts on them. I mean, Jacksonville is just going in the right direction. They were a team that was probably a year schedule. They weren't supposed to be there. Just continue to build with sunshine. They're getting if Ridley comes next year and his head is right. Look at that offense in Jacksonville.
Right.
Defense is young and they're growing as well. They're definitely going to be a problem in the AFC next year.
No.
And to answer Zara's question that you mentioned, Michael Gallup has 3 years, $29.5 million left on his deal. So
right, so we signed to a 4-year deal. Okay.
Now, me with the Buffalo game, I think when Cincinnati found out the NFL was selling AFC championship tickets already, that was disrespectful.
Right.
And Cincinnati went to Buffalo and hit those boys in the mouth.
Right. Definitely did.
Hit them in the mouth at their own game in the snow.
Yeah.
And the excuses some Buffalo fans coming up with, well, if it did not snow,
I know they didn't say that, did they?
Yeah, they're blaming the snow. Come on.
You play Cincinnati in regular weather, it would be a 40-point game.
Somebody did say if it snow. Somebody did say that. Shout out to June.
Right.
Come on, man. Y'all can't, man. Burrow and Chase and them boys on regular weather? Oh, my goodness, man.
So, me and Dennis,
I didn't hear that. That's
wait a minute. Me and Dennis were like, hold on. Let me see that again. He said, yeah. Did what they
Maurice,
said.
I wouldn't do that, though. I mean, he has got 4 years left on that deal. I wouldn't play out the contract, in my opinion. I wouldn't play out the final 4 years.
I trade him.
Yeah, we got to, man.
So,
cut him.
Back to you, Dennis.
Yeah, that's funny that they said that. Yeah, that's hilarious.
I mean, they coming up with all type of excuses right now.
Right.
Buffalo did to Cincinnati what Pittsburgh did to Jacksonville a few years ago. Hey, we're going to play New England. We're not worried about Jacksonville. We're about to go play New England.
Right.
Jacksonville came in, popped them in the mouth, played New England in the championship game.
Poo-poo.
Right.
Yeah, Maurice, he signed a 6-year deal worth $90 million, and that was back in 2021. So
I thought he signed that in 2019.
No, in 2021, that's when he started the deal. So he'll be a free agent in 2027. So
yeah,
we can't be
But yeah,
he's got a I think we're gonna draft. I think we're gonna. We can't afford none of these running backs that are on the free agent right now.
Well, as of right now, Tony Pollard's a free agent.
Well, I think we find him, but I'm saying we could trade Elliott, let Pollard go, and throw a hell of money at Barkley or Jacobs. Don't cross nothing off Jerry Jones' list that he might not try to do.
But
I see only running back I see y'all throwing some money at, and or making a trade to go get is Derrick Henry.
Nah, see, I think he got too much mileage, man. I don't know how I would feel about that at this point, Because again, I've seen it with Barber. I've seen it even with Elliott. You just, man, one day a running back, man, they just stop. Like they go from this and they just stop, bro. Like
tell me this, why he was running side to side.
Hey man,
I like go up the middle.
Maybe he was
that ain't the problem I had. I think they did what they could do during the game. But this is the part that fucked me up, right? It is 6 seconds left in the game. Let me say it again. It is 6 seconds left in the game. And Kellen Moore said, I got the best play to get us a touchdown. We're going to put Ezekiel Elliott at center. Who the fuck okayed this fucking play? That's what I wanted to know. Who the fuck okayed this play? You know what? This is a real good play.
I think Madden lowered Ezekiel Elliott's run blocking. If I had to put out an estimate,
he knew,
lowered it.
I gotta say this. He knew he was getting fired because the next day they saying this man going to interviews with the Carolina.
He about to get promoted.
He about to get promoted to
he probably didn't care.
I talk about getting fired from Dallas.
Well, no,
they ain't gonna fire him.
Well, here's the thing, Ron. I went back and watched the play, right? And I slowed it down. And I know what they were trying to do. Because T.Y. Hilton, they had 2 receivers on one side and 2 receivers on the other side.
Right.
If the play had developed the right way, they were either going to go to T.Y. or they were going to go to Lamb and just have them run down the sideline. That's what their goal was. But the problem is they had all of their offensive linemen in front of Hilton and in front of Lamb instead of having one offensive lineman at the center. If you go back and watch it and slow it down, all 5 offensive linemen are on the field, but they're protecting Hilton and Lamb, which are on both sides.
I mean, it was a crazy.
So I see what they were trying to do, but they executed it terribly.
They could have came up with something better than that, though.
And then Schultz, but
I mean,
we could have got a Hail Mary. This fool didn't get his foot down.
He got one foot down, but not the other.
Right.
And I was like, dog, you of all people know to get 2 feet down.
Right. So,
you did not college.
All right. Now I want to talk about these Bills. We did enough talking about the Cowboys. Now I want to talk about these Bills and how. Let me just say this: the defensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals needs a head coaching job.
Yes,
I'm here to put that out there. Defensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals needs a head coaching job.
I agree with that.
We went up against all these quarterbacks and has been sitting there and playing them well with no all pros on his defense.
Besides Jesse Bates, top 5 corner. I mean, top 5.
Jesse Bates is safety.
Yeah,
he top 10 now. He ain't top 5. He top 10 now.
Hey, he been doing something right.
He been doing something right, but he not all pro either.
Nah.
I checked the list. I checked to see who was all pro first team and second team.
No.
Ain't not one Bengal on there.
Hey.
Not one Bengals on there.
I mean, I feel like they felt disrespectful. How you gonna sell tickets already? That's what I don't understand. You the NFL, you know better.
Yeah, well, that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to sell tickets already.
Hey, man, like I said, man, this is a big situation. Burrow. I mean, to me, like I said, man, that's just levels. Burrow about to be on the same level as Patrick Mahomes. I want to see what happens with this game. He
Burrow. We can honestly say Burrow is him.
He beat him again. I'm just telling you, he beat him again. I done seen Josh, man, in too many big games. Like I said, man, he's gonna have to figure that out. Same like that, you know.
Hey, just
they regular season quarterbacks. That's what it is.
Yeah, I just call him.
Hey, Dennis, just remind me real quick. Who's Leslie Frazier defense coordinator for? Is it Buffalo or is it
Buffalo?
Cincinnati? It's Buffalo.
I want to ask y'all.
Who's Cincinnati's then? I don't know.
I want to ask y'all. Is Josh Allen a top 5 quarterback in the playoffs?
He's
Yeah,
not
I
a top
said
5
it.
quarterback
Oh,
during the regular
top
season.
five quarterback in the regular season.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
a top 5 quarterback during the regular season.
We had this debate.
right.
Hey, let me say this. He is Philip Rivers. He is the modern version of Philip Rivers.
Okay.
Great in the regular
I just
season.
don't know why he
Choke in the
gets.
playoffs.
What I don't understand, and I get it, he's big, he can run, but we got a few quarterbacks like that. I just don't get why he's always crowned going into these seasons the last couple of years. Like, what is it that they see that they don't see in Mahomes? How are you not crowning Mahomes every year? He is clearly the best quarterback. Yes, Tyreek Hill left.
Mahomes been the best.
No, they just thought he was going to fall apart. I'm like, this dude is Aaron. I know, but I'm saying this dude is Aaron Rodgers 2.0, meaning in his prime, and Aaron Rodgers at the same stage in his career, receivers is in and out the door. These dudes are talent. These dudes can play. Like, you got to know how to assess talent. That you just crowning this dude over Mahomes and Burrow and just saying that they're going to the Super Bowl and he's just odds on to win the MVP. I just don't know what they see that just separates him from these other top quarterbacks in the league going into the year.
One, to me, it's just my opinion. Buffalo, though, use their running backs.
They never have.
Never have.
Okay. So you put
hold on, Ryan. Since you brought that up, they were blaming Dabo on that last year.
Right.
He resurrected.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Barkley. I mean, you can't. So
they
now
really haven't used running back since maybe Travis Henry. I mean, it's been that long. I mean, maybe it's been that long.
So you want Josh Allen to do all this, but you don't use your running backs. You don't use them whatsoever. They throw 75% of the time in Buffalo.
I'm just curious to see. I know that obviously there's an offseason to take place, but I just want to see these odds next year and see where does MVP, where he at again, where Buffalo at again. Are they the favorites again? Or are they over this mess?
What I forgot about Fred Jackson and CJ Spiller. My bad. That's been the last time they've used.
Right. Well, Spiller was all right, but look, because now besides Kansas City and Cincinnati, now I think Jacksonville gonna pass them up. The Chargers, I think, are gonna pass them up. Miami, depending on Tua, they may pass them up.
And what if they get Lamar though? Miami gets Lamar.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And but then not only that, if Lamar, Lamar is already a better. I don't argue that to this day. Lamar is 2 years in a row now. He does have to stay healthy. But Lamar, healthy in Baltimore, they're better.
But this is the problem.
I want to see. I'm curious.
This the problem. We missing one more team. The Denver Broncos, and they
I know that's what Dennis. I ain't on that one.
Wait a minute.
No.
Wait a minute. If they find a good head coach.
No, Russell Wilson is a system quarterback. And Ron, I hear you, but until they prove me wrong, I'm not jumping on that.
Okay.
But no. I hear what you're saying because you're going off what you did in Seattle.
Hey, Ron, I'm gonna give you this.
So hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna give Ryan this. But this shouldn't be the case for Russell Wilson. When Sunshine, the coaching obviously played a big difference from Urban Meyer to Peter. Now, Russell Wilson shouldn't have to depend on a particular offensive coach at this point in his career with all the weapons that Denver had going into the year at running back and at receiver and at tight end and a top 5 defense to play the way they played.
Right.
So I don't know if anything at this point can save him, but we'll see.
Well, here's the thing I'd say about Russell Wilson. If this was 2018, Russell Wilson, if it was, a few years ago, I would agree with you. But 2022 Russell Wilson, 2023 Russell Wilson, he hasn't shown that he wants to win in Denver. He hasn't shown that fight in him.
Okay. But we seen how Denver got a lot of injuries this year. Yes or no?
There was injuries, but even in week one.
I mean, I just saying they had their fair share of injuries.
Yeah, but not enough to win 3-4 games.
Right. Okay.
But the injuries isn't why they failed. They failed because they had to have an offense.
If they would have put a head coach over there that know what he was doing, then bring in somebody to teach the head coach how to call the plays. Come on, that don't make sense to me.
It's not going to fix it. It will not fix it.
I don't think so.
I don't see a reason for none of that. The only thing I see is they're gonna have to find a way to get them a strong running game.
Right.
Bills are gonna have to find a way to get them a strong running game because when it comes to late in the season, you have to be able to run the football and you have to be able to run it effectively. Crazy thing is they ain't had a good running back since they let Shady McCoy go.
Right.
I mean, here's the thing: wasn't Shady McCoy better in Philadelphia though? But let's be honest.
No, he was still doing this thing. He was still doing this thing in Buffalo.
But remember, they did have Marshawn Lynch too.
Right.
In Buffalo.
Yeah, that was before Shady.
So they had some good running backs there. But if you're gonna trade everybody who you get, this is what you get in Buffalo right now.
And Stephon Diggs is going for all you Buffalo fans that don't believe Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is gone. Yeah, he packed his shit soon as the game was over.
He said deuces.
He said, I see where this shit going, just like Minnesota.
By the way, Dennis, I'm comparing LaShawn McCoy stats in Philly and Buffalo. It's not even close. Philadelphia, LaShawn McCoy
he was all pro in Philly.
Well, Philly had a better offensive line. In Buffalo, you still made the Pro Bowls, though.
Right.
But yeah, no, I mean, he was definitely a lot better in Philadelphia. Like his stat was a lot better.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was in. I don't even know if I would say he was in his prime in Buffalo. He was still good though.
And by the way, I won't feel bad when Denver wins 4 games next year. I won't feel bad.
Oh man, if they win 4 games, Derek gonna cry his ass off. Derek is gonna cry his ass off.
Want to get to these questions?
Yeah, let's get to these questions. Because I feel as though Jacksonville is going in the right direction. I feel as though the Giants are going in the right direction. Hold on,
Well, they got a big decision to make, though.
I feel as though the Giants are going in the right direction because
depends
the
on the
Giants
quarterback next year.
We said who's the quarterback?
It depends on who the quarterback is next year.
They got Danny Dimes and Barkley to figure out.
But
they may have a whole new
now
team.
Zara said they should get rid of Danny Dimes.
I agree. They should. I agree.
Look,
that's what Zara said.
Hold on. The performance, I don't care. The performance, now you talk about Dak and Josh Allen. The performance I saw from that kid on Saturday, that's the real Danny Dimes. I don't give a damn that he played Philly. That was pathetic. That was pure. I don't even know if you threw for 100 yards, bro.
He's right. He's right.
Well, wait a minute. You gonna get rid of a dude that got you to the playoffs? Get you to the playoffs?
Danny Dimes is the reason they got to the playoffs. It was that refound super mega star #1 pick Barkley, and that defense improved with Kayvon Thibodeau and them boys.
Well, look, he did throw the ball. You gotta give that man.
No, he had some good games here and there, but he's not consistent.
No. It's Dexter Lawrence and the boys.
Oh, my bad. Dexter Lawrence and the
Dexter Lawrence. That's Dexter Lawrence.
Well, where were Dexter Lawrence and the boys against y'all? Yeah.
Well, Dexter Lawrence, I mean, he tried to do his thing with his.
No.
Sometimes you just go up against some people that are just better. That's all.
That too. That's what I'm saying. I mean, even though some people had them upset in Philly, that don't mean nothing. That's just a prediction. You got to play 38-7. No, you know this team. You played them twice. There's no way if we play Philly third time, whether we win or lose, they ain't beating us 38-7.
But they're hard to beat. Wait a minute, Dennis say this all the time. What you say, Dennis?
I don't know. I say a lot of shit.
Dennis say it's hard to beat a team 3 times.
Yeah, but it's happened. It's happened twice.
It happened, but it's hard to beat your rivalry at that 3 times.
And not only do they beat them, they destroyed them.
I get like shout out to Chocolate Girl. Chocolate Girl, what's going on, Chocolate Girl?
Hey, what up, Chocolate Girl?
don't even
What's up?
mention Danny Dimes and Dak in the same breath. That is just complete. We talking about Josh Allen and Dak in the same breath. This motherfucker said Danny Dimes, dude. That's the worst.
That's Donovan.
That's the worst
Donovan.
comment I've seen all day today. Anyway,
No, I'm not saying that. Danny Downs
No,
was
not you,
inconsistent, but this is what I'm going to say. His turnovers went down.
What?
Usually he's real high in turnovers. His turnovers went down. He only had 5 interceptions. Now, granted, I think he only threw 15 touchdowns all
That's what I was
season.
about to say.
I think he only threw 15 touchdowns. But I mean, at the same time, he ain't had no wide receivers. He's playing with practice squad wide receivers. Like, for you to do all this.
Giving them that credit, man. Them dudes, Hodgins and Slayton, them dudes ain't, man, they better than you think, bro.
Okay.
Hodgins and Slayton are number 3s on anybody else's team.
So what if they get everything he needs?
Well, first of all, you got to sign them 2 back.
Yeah,
you got to sign them 2 back first. Then after that, I don't think you sign him to no big contract. Me and June was talking about it. We said
next year,
bro.
But me and June was talking about, we were saying 30, in between 30 and 40, in between there.
But what I'm saying is, you give this man everything he needs this offseason.
Right.
Wide receivers, tight ends, O-line help more, and another more defense help. Y'all don't think he would do no better?
No.
I do. I think he'll do better.
Once the playoffs come, he will fold.
I think he'll do better.
Once again, it just really depends. And shout out to Sharon, by the way. But it all really depends on who's at quarterback. If you have a veteran, if you have somebody that they bring in, then I would say they're going to do a lot better. But if you keep Danny Dimes, it's going to be the same as it was this year.
But
that's all I'm saying.
But we said the same thing about.
I don't believe that. I'm here to say I don't believe that.
But we said the same thing about the Raiders quarterback, Derek Carr. You give them man everything, and look what happened.
Yeah, but he ain't really have everything. Carr was out most of the year. The tight end was out most of the year. His slot receiver was gone for a lot of the year. He was throwing the ball to Mac Hollins, and when he was throwing it to his favorite target had 1,600 yards and I think 17 touchdowns. Shit, that worked out.
Okay.
Hey, what do you think, Sharon?
I missed the subject. I was trying to get into StreamYard at the
New York Giants. Do you think they'll be better or the same with Danny Dimes?
Oh, they'll be the same if they keep him. I agree with Zara that they need to get rid of him.
Wow.
I don't think that he's a horrible quarterback. If they want to win anytime within the next 2 years, though, I agree with Zara.
Wow.
What's up, Zara?
What up, Sharon? Where you coming? Are you in the car riding?
Yeah.
Wow.
We just got out of some hospital trips. Me and my son both in the hospital. Does that make sense?
Good.
It does.
Yeah,
I'm glad y'all are all right.
We're good now. So thanks for the prayers, fellas. But
Yeah,
I agree with that. So hi Dennis, hey Ron, hey Ian.
Hey, how's it going, Sharon?
It's good to see y'all.
So what's your questions, Ron?
Number one, will you build your NFL team with a pocket quarterback or a dual threat quarterback?
Dual. The pocket passer is eventually going to be phased out over time. Over time, the pocket passer is going to become a old, redundant situation in the NFL.
Sharon?
It depends on the kind of team I have, actually. Depends on what I need for the team. I wouldn't have a preference either way. It's what I need. It's like, if I know that I've got an experienced line, which one do you think I'm going to pick? If I don't have an experienced line, then I need somebody that can run and get up out of there.
Okay.
If they need to and make something happen. So a dual threat quarterback would be more beneficial. So it depends on the makeup of my team.
Okay. Zara.
Yeah, dual. Randall Cunningham's my favorite player, even back when it wasn't really a lot of dual quarterbacks. But that just adds a presence. It just makes the defense game plan harder. to someone that just can't run. I mean, Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, those guys make it because they're that good and they're that clutch and they can read defenses. But, other quarterbacks in the pocket that can't run and they can't read like that, they don't make it. At least a dual threat quarterback can run. Like even like some of these guys that stay in the league, like your Mariotas, whatever, he's not good, but the reason why he's still there and got a job again is because he can run. He can make plays happen. So, yeah, I'll take a dual threat any day.
Dennis.
Mariota got a job again because Atlanta's desperate. That's why they got a job.
I don't want to go that far.
Let me say this. We're not going to do that right now. Now, Dennis, stay on the question, player.
Right. Oh, I'm saying, yeah. We going with dual threat quarterback. I agree with everything Czar said.
Do you like when your GM goes all in every year? Sharon.
I guess I don't quite understand what that means. What does that mean?
Go get everybody who the head coach wants every year.
If my head coach is great, then yes, I do want him to do that. Because I would trust my head coach to know what the hell he's doing.
Okay.
And then if they can convince some of these stars on the team to take pay cuts so that they can do that, that's even better.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, Sharon kind of answered it for me, but it really depends on the coach. If I have Lovie Smith, who, by the way, is my favorite NFL coach of all time, I loved when he coached the Bears. Yeah, he was a defensive-minded guy. So when he said, hey, I need to bring in this corner, I need to bring in this linebacker, you knew that he knew what he was talking about. All Mike Tomlin, Pittsburgh Steelers. I have a lot of respect for Mike Tomlin. So when he comes in and says, hey, we need so-and-so, I can say, you know what? He probably has a good point. So it just really depends on who the coach is. If it's somebody that I trust and respect, absolutely. But if it's a brand new coach, if you hire somebody brand new and he keeps saying, hey, we need this, and this, you haven't earned it yet. So
what about Ian? What about Mike McCarthy? What if that was your coach?
Oh, absolutely not. I would stay away. I would stay far away from anything he would say.
Damn.
Dang, I didn't know it was that bad.
Okay. Well, you got
man, we got one of the, again, we talk about it. We have one of the greatest GMs when it comes to off-season moves and drafts. I love Jerry for that. Like that's all day. It's just that he needs to get out of the way. I mean, he's slowly gotten better at not coming on the field or coming down from the press box in the fourth quarter during the regular season. And he knows over history that he ran some great coaches away. And so he has calmed down. Right. He has calmed down. But his knack for talent and the fact that he will pay. Oh man, I love that all day long. I love that. So yeah.
Dennis.
Yeah, I want mine to go all in. As you can see, my GM does his thing.
Right. And
how
the NFL. Yep.
Wait a minute. That's where I got the question for. Do y'all do this every year?
We don't do it every year, but Howie Roseman.
Dennis, how long has Grossman been your GM?
Well, he was with us. I think he's been with us since about like 2008 or 2009. Don't quote me on the year, but he was with us. Then Chip Kelly came, and then they put him in the back room somewhere. He was no longer the GM. Then they got rid of Chip Kelly. Then he came back out the office as the GM, and he's been a man possessed ever since.
So he joined the Eagles in 2000 as a member of the executives, but didn't become vice president until 2006.
So he was still there with Joe Banner.
That's right. So 2006, he became vice president, and he has pretty much been there ever since.
My next question. Name a top draft pick you think will fall in the draft. Czar.
Wow. I'm gonna go with Joey Porter Jr. to the Cowboys.
Oh no, fuck
Oh,
no.
bruh, no.
Hey,
No,
that
no,
ain't
no,
what the
no,
fuck
no,
is
no,
going
no,
on
no.
around here. No. You hear this motherfucker? No, player.
I'm just saying, bro.
Okay. What you got for me, Dennis?
I'm going to say C.J. Stroud.
Here you go.
I think C.J. Stroud does not get picked in the first 10 picks.
Wow.
Dennis, are you
Hey, that's
drinking like
bold
that?
right there. I'll give you
It's,
props. That's
it's
bold.
not it's not it's not me dissing C.J. Stroud.
Hey, it ain't smart. It is bold.
Is the level of BS that comes out at draft time. Ryan, we talk about this every year. Will Levis is getting the push I've never seen before. Well, I have seen it with another
I'm sorry.
quarterback.
We
Wait a
have
minute.
seen it before.
Wait a minute.
We've
Wait a
seen
minute.
it before.
Zach
Wait a
Wilson.
minute.
I've seen it before. I'm sorry, I seen it wrong. I've seen it before.
You know how many teams need a quarterback right now, Dennis?
Yeah, but there's a lot of them
Five.
that's free agents. A lot of quarterbacks is free agents right now.
But why spend a lot of money on them and you to get a rookie quarterback?
Well, I can sit here and tell you what you're saying is right. But just like your team went out and got Marcus Mariota, instead of, drafting another rookie quarterback, they went and got, Ritter. And now y'all believe Ritter's the guy. So you're going to miss this wave of quarterbacks and
What,
you're going
what,
to miss the next wave of quarterbacks.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. I did not say that. You did
No, you
not.
ain't say it, but I'm telling you what's going to happen.
Okay.
And I'm telling you what does happen. And I'm telling you how this thing goes.
All right.
This is NFL draft 101.
You understand?
Well, I think it could be either one. I will tell Czar that if Joey Porter Jr. is there when we pick, we might get him. And I think we pick before you
Y'all need a corner too.
You're
Oh
at
yeah, of course
17.
y'all do.
because
Sharon.
we definitely need a corner.
Yeah,
But
Sharon's at 17. Czar's at 27.
right. And so I believe that we would probably get him if
What pick
he's there.
do we
Hold
get?
on. Not to cut you off, Sharon.
Dennis, you're at 10. You're at the 10th pick.
Levis ain't gonna drop. First of all, we don't even know where Levis should go. If anything, I agree with Dennis. I don't think he's gonna go before Young, but he's gonna go top 5 to 8. So he's going in the top 10. So that's not dropping unless
I don't.
Wait a
Now,
minute.
Maurice,
Personally,
hold
I
on.
don't think
Maurice say he's not gonna go in the top 10.
That's Donovan. That's Donovan.
Well, still, Maurice, whatever, man. Now, if he say, I
His
know
name's
who
got
it
him.
is. I'm just saying, I'm just reading the name literally. But if he's saying he's not going in the top 10, then I will consider that a drop.
No, they saying he might go to Carolina Panthers.
See, that's
Who
top 10.
he who?
Well, Levis, quarterback, Kentucky.
Really?
So, if I remember, I think Ron was saying that Bleacher Report, they have him going 9 to the Panthers, like their mock draft. They have
That's
Carolina.
They have who going 9 to the Panthers?
Will
Levis.
Levis. Will Levis.
Oh, okay. Well, here's my answer to the question besides the Joey Porter Jr. thing.
Right.
I agree with Dennis on CJ Stroud. I believe some shenanigans are already in play. He should go number 1 in the draft, and he won't. I feel like he's gonna go somewhere top 5, but he should be 1, and that's it.
Okay, Shannon. With that being said, but that's where the problem come in at because Chicago Bears number 1 and they got Justin Fields.
Yeah, they trade. They pick back.
Okay,
Chicago.
and
we
who
train for
picks
the Colts,
who
man.
picks
Don't worry about
who
it.
picks second?
Houston.
Houston.
They
Houston.
take a quarterback. They're
So
guaranteed to take a quarterback.
so let's say he should go second then. He should go second and no less than second.
Right, that's what I say.
Because
All right.
Chicago, I forgot about that fact. Thanks for pointing that out, Ron, because I forgot about that. Chicago doesn't need a quarterback, so they won't pick him. But Houston should pick him because they definitely need a quarterback.
Well, I think Chicago's trading out of that spot, though.
We should if we were smart.
So you got what his name with Alabama?
Bryce Young.
That's Bryce Young.
Bryce
Young.
Young.
Now, every mock draft I seen, they got Bryce Young going to the Texas.
Right, but
They sure do.
That's because they don't do well. you might find a mock draft that'll do a mock trade, but usually they don't. They just mock based off where
Well,
the
I
team.
found one that did. I found one that did
No,
a
no, no,
mock
I
trade,
know. Right. But I'm saying most
and
of
I
them
think I did. I
don't.
send it to you.
No, most of them
Um,
don't. So they'll just act as if Chicago's going to stay at number one, and
Right.
if they do, they're going to take probably Jalen Carter. But I'm pretty sure I can almost guarantee that the Colts or someone will trade up to number one to
Bam.
get that pick. I promise you, it's going to
That,
happen.
that's what I'm thinking about. I think the Colts will trade up.
So I think Bryce Young is going to go one, whether it's the Colts, whether it's the Raiders, whether it's the Panthers. Whoever move up to one, I think Bryce Young
I
is going to
respectfully
go.
disagree. I think Strode should go number one.
No.
That's what
That's what
go
Dennis
number
will
one.
tell you. No, that's what I say. But I'm just telling you, I am convinced that Bryce Young will go before him. But I think he will go two to the Texans. He's Stroud.
Hey, Donovan. I think I'm the only one on the panel that think Young is better than Stroud.
Stroud is better than Young.
Yeah, I feel Stroud is better than Young, but I believe, like I said, certain forces are in place. They want this Bryce Young to be better and go before him. I don't know what happened or why, but I can see it. I read it in the tea leaves.
I finna say when Georgia played the Buckeyes, that man ran all over the number one defense.
Yeah, that's until the number one wide receiver went out.
Right.
And
That
then
man
after that,
did
it was too
everything he wanted to on the number one defense.
Yeah.
That's
When I seen that, I was like, "Oh my god, this
He's a
man is
beast.
different. He built
All right.
different.
He's different.
the battle
Yep.
of the light skinned QBs.
He built different."
By the way, Ron.
Can't take it over, baby.
Hey, Ron, to answer your question, I think Quentin Johnston, the receiver from TCU, I think he'll fall in the draft.
Nah.
This was a guy that could have been top 5, and I think he'll.
So he's not going to be the first receiver taken? Is that what you're saying?
I'm
No.
saying that Quentin Johnston will fall in the draft.
Right. But will he be the first receiver taken? Is what I'm asking.
No,
No, he won't. No,
Yeah,
he won't.
who's going to go for him?
What?
probably Addison.
Addison, Jordan Addison, USC.
Nah.
I
think Addison has a very good chance of being the first wide receiver because people want him to be.
I got John Stone. We'll see.
Who you got going before him?
No, I got Johnston going one over Addison.
And John, he's still giving me them Kelvin Benjamin vibes. Man, I don't know
That's-
why.
He giving you them vibes, not me.
He's just giving me them Kelvin Benjamin vibes.
But to me,
He's giving me those David Boston vibes.
He's giving me those Jalen
that
Reagor
just
vibes.
sound like a big fucking receiver.
Hey, David Boston was, he was on steroids though. That was my guy from Ohio State. Hey, but he got on them roids. That boy's shoulders, usually the head get big. That boy Boston was like a robot out there, bro. That's huge.
As long as he doesn't turn into Jalen Reagor, I think we'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No, he ain't that fast to be no Jalen Reagor.
You stupid.
my next question: will you give Saquon Barkley or Josh Jacob a nice contract? Czar.
Yeah, Jerry's right now in the booth talking with his son, trying to figure out who we trading Zeke to. Pollard tore his fibula. We were going to keep Pollard, but since he tore his fibula and he's a free agent, we're just trying to figure out which one we want, Barkley or Jones. But we'll get one.
He came back the same shit.
Yeah, but T.O. Pollard ain't T.O.
You're right.
Dennis, Czar. So, who you want?
If you ask me, now that the season has went by, I want Barkley, and that's my guy. You know where he's from.
Penn State.
Right.
Okay. And who you want?
I mean, Chicago Bears already have 2 running backs, so if I was the Bears GM, I wouldn't take either one.
You're happy with Montgomery?
And I trust Herbert.
You're happy with Montgomery?
I'm happy with Montgomery and Herbert. We have a 2 running back system. They've been effective. We drafted Montgomery for our top pick in 2019. Herbert, we got him later in the draft in 2021. But if I had to pick just in generality, I will say Saquon. I'd take him over Josh Jacobs. And I expect the Buffalo Bills or some team to overpay, bring in a running back, and still not use him properly. So.
Oh shit. Dennis.
I want both of them.
Stupid.
You can't have both.
Hey, Dennis, you gonna run a 2 running back system?
I'm gonna have a 3 running back system. I have Booby too.
You stupid.
I want them all. No. But give me Saquon over Josh Jacobs though.
It's pretty much been undisputed.
Saquon's a home run hitter, and he's been doing it for years. Josh, on the other hand, to me, he knew this was his contract year, and he took advantage of it. That's how I feel.
Shan.
I didn't hear the question. I was at the drive-through. What's the question?
The question is, will you give Saquon Barkley or Josh Jacob a nice contract?
Or like either or?
Either or.
Probably Saquon. Yeah, I give it to Saquon. He put his time in, paid his dues.
Well, I would say Jacob. And this why. He kept the Raiders afloat this year.
Yeah, one season.
One season though.
One season. He's been there. He's been there for a while.
He had a good His first 2 years, his rookie year and his second year was pretty good, Dennis.
Right.
And then it was that third season. I don't know what happened.
No.
His first 2 seasons were good, but they weren't great.
No, but I mean, but as a rookie, like I think he won Rookie of the Year. Well, I think Kyler Murray won Rookie of the Year, and a lot of people thought that Jacob should have won that award. And then I think the second year he did well, 1,200 yards. But then I think
Donovan, where's Donovan at? Donovan, tell us about Josh Jacobs, Donovan.
You know I know about him. But
I mean, Josh Jacobs 40 rushing touchdowns. Saquon Barkley only has 29. So
yeah, that's because he's been.
No, but I mean, Ian, you don't know what was Josh Jacobs' rookie numbers?
1,150 yards, 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, and what was the second year?
1,065 yards, 12 touchdowns.
And then what was the third year?
872 yards.
See, it was that something happened. He was starting. Rookie year really good. Followed it up solid, and then that third year he started going backwards until this season. Okay. And I think the contract
the thing
year,
is, you can make the same argument for Saquon, though.
No, but I think the contract year motivated Jacobs. Saquon, we already know what his problem was. He was hurt.
Right.
Donovan said he was declining every year until this year, though. If you want to be technical.
Oh, Jacobs.
Donovan said what, Dennis?
He's been more.
Josh has been more durable.
Yeah, he's probably been more durable, but I'm sorry, I need to see more before I give him a max.
I mean, I'm not even saying the max.
Or a huge contract. I'd have to see a little more. I'm sorry.
No question in my opinion, and you can be biased, but a healthy Saquon to me is the best running back in football. The shit that he can do, his talent, he don't have really weaknesses. He can catch, he's fast, he'll run you over. I mean, he can block. Like there's nothing he can't do if he's 100% healthy. I think he is the best running back.
Joshua, I live here. I'm forced to watch it.
Okay.
So that's a no-brainer. But I'm only calling it like it is because of his history. That's why it is close. But besides that, Barkley is. Man, the dude is a monster, bro.
Okay. My next question: do you think it is hard to replace the players that go into trans portal in college?
Transformation portal. You gotta see all that together. For people who try to give us a cancel culture or something, you just saying trans.
Oh, my bad. Czar.
Nah, man. I mean, that's it. I'm gonna tell you like this, especially from back in the day. They used to have big rules about transferring. You had to sit out all this time. Like, I like how they're doing it now, and you're able to transition a lot quicker. And because college, you're there a certain amount of time, and for the fans, and the fact that you want to move kind of like a free agent type thing. I like how it is now because before, it take forever to get to another team, and then you got to sit out this much time, and you got to do that. I like
you had to sit out a year back in the day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Unless you graduated.
I didn't like that at all.
The rule used to be if you had to sit out a year unless you graduated. Like
but
if you
that
were a
wasn't
graduate and then you transfer over.
Didn't graduate though.
Okay.
A lot of them transferred after freshman, sophomore year because.
Oh no, I get that, but I'm just saying to you that back in the day, if you were a senior and you already graduated, you could just transfer over and immediately start.
Right.
Okay, Ian, what do you think?
Is that what Russell Wilson did?
Russell Wilson, yes, he did. He graduated from North Carolina State and transferred over to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Now, to answer the question, not really. Not really. The transfer portal is going to cause a little bit of change, but we've seen over the last 4 years, the transfer portal really hasn't created any dynasties. Really hasn't been a team that brings in 7, 8, 9, 10 players in the transfer portal and have become a dynasty because of it.
Right.
Okay. Dennis.
I think the transfer portal is a good thing. As a coach, as a college coach, the number one thing you have to be able to do is recruit. That is the number one thing you need to be able to do. You need to be able to recruit your behind off. That's how you got to. That's what you got to do. So when you're recruiting for backups to backup to backup. Right. Like we always see that picture of Alabama, whereas those Tua, Jalen Hurts, Mac Jones, they all start quarterbacks in the NFL. All three. Right. You look at the wide receivers that was in Bama. You had Devontae Smith, you had Jerry Jeudy, you got Calvin Ridley, you have
Julio Jones.
No. I'm just talking about these guys all playing at the same time. What's my man name? What's the best one name? The fucking Penguin. Goddamn, Waddle. You got Waddle. I'm missing one. Goddamn. Henry Ruggs. That's what it was. That's why I'm missing him. His ass in jail. All right. So all those guys were starting wide receivers in the NFL.
Okay.
So that is something that's how you have to recruit. Now, not all schools can recruit like that. Let me get that out the way as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not all schools can recruit like that.
No. Let me ask you this.
That sets the bar differently from everybody else.
Let me ask you, Dennis, and Ian this. Dennis, you got 2 wide receivers when you're into the draft.
Right.
Do you think your backups better than those 2 wide receivers?
I don't think they're better, but I think they can hold their own. Just like my backup quarterback. I don't think he's better, but I think he can hold his own.
Okay, what about you, Zar?
Quarterback? My backup quarterback was way better. My backup quarterback, we got us, man. Just can't wait till next year, man. Drew Aller, baby. Can't wait. I don't know if Ian know much about him, but the first 5-star quarterback in a long time at Penn State.
Okay, Ian, what do you think? You think?
Wait. Ian, you a Utah Utes, ain't you a Ute?
University of Utah, yes.
Okay.
He's a Ute.
You got some players when you're into the draft.
Right. Clark Phillips, for example. Yes.
You think your backups going to be better?
I think they'll be on par. I'm not going to say they're going to be better than Clark Phillips and they're not going to be better than Dalton Kincaid, but they'll be on the same level. University of Utah has done pretty well in terms of defensive backs. Eric Waddle, we had him come from University of Utah. We've also had Jalen Johnson, who plays for the Bears now. He came from University of Utah. So, no, defensive backs, we were pretty good at that. So, I would say when it comes to the transfer portal and when it comes to our backups, we're pretty set. So,
right.
Okay. Hey, hold up, Zara. We got a motherfucking wide receiver on our team. What is his name? He got it ain't Kool-Aid. What the fuck is his name?
Is it Tang?
No, because remember he did the weird dance and we was like, that motherfucking name can't be no fucking I can't think of what his name is right now. Hey, Ian, do me a favor. Look up Tennessee Volunteers here. Look up their wide receiver.
The Penguin. He did the Penguin, right?
Yeah, but his name was something crazy.
Squirrel White.
Oh, Quirrell. Was it
No,
Quirrell?
that wasn't his name. No, it was something crazy.
Huh. I think I remember you talking about, but I'm drawing the blend name.
We was watching the game. I think his number was Squirrel. His name was Squirrel.
Squirrel White. White. Yeah,
Yeah,
Squirrel.
Squirrel. His name was Squirrel.
Squirrel, right? Yeah.
Squirrel. Yeah, his name was Squirrel.
Right.
And he was sitting there doing the dance. And he was like, "That can't be that motherfucking name." And I was like, I don't know."
Right.
All right. My next question: do you think you can put any sixth man on a bad team in the NBA and he will take them to the playoffs this year? And who is the sixth man? And
Well, see, the sad part is I'm trying to remember who is a sixth man currently.
Yeah, I don't
Because-
know who I would got for six man. Who
Jordan,
you got for six man of the year? Who you got for six man of the year, Zar?
right now?
Right now.
You see, I gotta check the eligibility because some of these I would have Jordan Clarkson for sure, but I think he might have started some games. The same with Tyler Hero, who won it last.
Well, no, they allowed to start. They just couldn't have started this season.
But I gotta see.
I mean, to answer Ron's question, are we counting Westbrook as sixth man then?
He is.
He's
Yeah.
been off the bench for the majority.
Hey,
of the
he might. He's in the running for it.
Malcolm Brogdon, I know that he's been a sixth man for a long time now.
No, he was a starter in Indiana, but he's a sixth man in Boston now.
And then Toronto, Norman Powell, and then went over to Portland. So
how about who the guy
Jordan
that played
Clarkson was
for
probably the
the
best
Rockets?
Jordan Clarkson too. Yeah.
Jordan
You talking
Clarkson.
about Eric Gordon? Eric Gordon.
He ain't good. He's just a veteran now. His numbers.
Yeah, he lost it. He's 5 years. too late.
Golden State, Jordan Poole. He's their sixth man over there in Golden State.
He starts some games there, so I'm saying you got to be tricky.
Oh, well, if that's the case here. If Jordan Poole,
Right,
no,
you have to.
I got Clarkson and Tyler Hero if they don't start every game.
if Jordan Poole can't go to the Magic and make them a playoff team.
Nah,
Okay. So, so what?
There ain't no six man that can go to a bad team and make the playoffs.
You sure?
I mean, I think
not a bad
Norman,
team. No.
I would say this: Norman Powell. If you took him and put him on a bad team, do I think he would make them better? Yes, but do I think they'd be a playoff team? No.
How about
Jordan Clarkson going to the Detroit Pistons is a better team.
Yeah, but they're not a playoff team.
They're not a playoff team.
Wait a minute. If that would be a playoff team.
Okay. All right. Okay, Ryan. I'll play with you, Ryan. Put Jordan Clarkson on the Charlotte Hornets. They make the playoffs.
No.
That's what I say.
Where's Charlotte Hornets at? They're number 11.
They're not in the top 10.
They're not even top 10, or they're like what at the bottoms are.
Right.
I don't know who this is that said, "What's up, everybody, man? State your name, gangster."
Not Facebook user. Next
question. But who's the sixth man in Chicago? It's not Caruso, right?
Hey, Mrs. Thomas.
It's Caruso.
Cousin April. What's up, Cousin April?
Ayo DeSamu starts at point guard. It's Caruso.
Right.
No,
but really, to answer Ron's question, it just depends on defining who a sixth man is. Because if it's a player that starts a few games and then put on the bench majority of the time, then that opens it all up. So
okay, amazing. Y'all, I know y'all been watching basketball for a long time, like I have.
Of course. Yeah,
okay, my sixth man a long time ago, the microwave.
Vinny Johnson.
Vinny,
he was the best sixth man in the 80s.
Right. So, do you think he would have got traded to a bad team?
No.
And took them to the
No.
playoffs?
He
was on a great team. He was just a sixth man.
Right.
He didn't elevate. He was not.
Only person I've seen do that I can currently remember is James Harden.
I mean, I mean, you got all time. I mean, I don't think no one's done that.
Robert Ory.
Lou Williams and Jamal Crawford are two of the greatest six-man, and they didn't make the playoffs on bad teams. It wasn't until they got on decent teams.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I said when James Harden got traded to Houston. I don't think it was the same year. Let me get that out.
No, but he started as soon as he got to Houston. They paid him the max.
Right. He was no longer a six-man.
No.
Hey, wasn't Ben Gordon a six-man in Chicago, and then he went to Detroit and became a starter?
Yeah.
I mean, he was in and out of the lineup for us as six-man, but he might have been eligible to play six-man. Like Dennis said, he didn't start every game.
Yeah, because I think the whole thing is you just don't have to start at the beginning of the season.
Right.
Oh, Antoine Jameson, when he went from Dallas to Washington. He was a six-man in Dallas.
Antoine Jameson was a six-man?
Yeah, he was in Dallas. He was a six-man in Dallas, and they signed a deal with Washington.
Damn, I didn't know that.
My next question. How long a ex-football player should have to wait to go into the Hall of Fame? Czar.
5 years.
Dennis.
That's the standard. But if I was given a different standard, because that's what I think you're asking, I'm gonna say 3 years.
Yeah.
And I'll meet in the middle. I say 4 years.
So how long it took your wide receivers to get into the Hall of Fame?
What wide receiver?
The one that wore 88.
Michael
A long
Irvin?
time
talking
ago.
about Drew Pearson. Drew Pearson like 30 years.
So I don't understand that.
Well, I mean,
they didn't like him.
Yeah.
But it should not got the dude.
No, we don't agree with it.
No. We never said the Hall of Fame standards is right.
Right.
Wait, didn't it take 8 years for Michael Irvin to get in, if I remember?
And well, we know why.
It took him a while.
No,
they ain't like Michael Irvin either.
Yeah, he was the first ballot Hall of Famer. We know why what happened with him.
Right.
Same with T.O.
I'm looking at if this man got all the yards, all the stats in the world, they should not got to wait no more than 5 years to get into the Hall of Fame.
The crazy thing is he even made the all-decade team.
Right.
That's the even crazier part. He was on the all-decade team, not in the Hall of Fame.
See, that's my problem with the people that say you're a Hall of Fame. You should not got to wait no 8, 10, 15, 20 years to get into the Hall of Fame. If
it took Shannon Sharp a while to get in the Hall of Fame.
Who? It's all politics, though.
It took Shannon Sharp a while to get in the Hall of Fame.
Right, but Shannon Sharp got all the yards.
He got everything, but it just took him a while to get in. Like I said, it's all on who they like. Shannon Sharp and Deion Sanders, I think, went in the Hall of Fame together.
That's crazy to me.
I think. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, in 2011, Marshall Faulk, Deion Sanders, Jerome Bettis, and Shannon Sharp were all put in.
Damn, that was a good one to go to.
Right.
Damn. And that was one to go to.
Right.
My next question.
What up, Yuri?
Do you think children should play both sports in middle school and high school, and that will help them in the pros? Dennis.
I'm going to say I think they should play all sports. That's what I'm going to say. I believe kids should. If I was to have another child, I think I would have my child in all sports. Right now, my daughter's in the swimming.
Okay.
But I would have my child in all sports, and I would have them. Hopefully, I get a son if I get another. But if not, I'm cool. Thank you, Lord. You gave me one. Thank you, Lord. Anyway, I want them in basketball, football, baseball, track and field, and swimming.
Okay. What do you think, Zar?
No. Like I said, my son only plays basketball. I love football, but I don't even want him to play football.
Why? It might help him.
It's too brutal.
Well, he says it's too brutal. I understand where he comes from.
I mean, I understand.
But let him play flag, though, right?
Right, flag.
If they have it.
All right, Ian.
I mean, sure. If my son wants to play a sport, I'm not gonna stop him. I mean, if you want to play football and you want to have those bruises and all those marks up and down your body, go ahead. I mean, I really don't care. If you want to play a sport, go ahead, knock yourself out.
Mm.
Okay.
If I do have kids, I would want my son to play baseball and football. Russell Wilson played baseball and football.
Something to keep them occupied throughout the
Right.
year.
And it will help their arm to develop. If you look at Patrick Mahomes, baseball and football. My last question right here. Do you think it is right ESPN and NFL Live crown these children early in their career? Dennis.
Yeah, they can crown them. I don't think it's a bad thing. Some kids been crowned because they dad been in the pros or whatever. Some of them live up to the hype. Some of them don't. I mean, at one point when I was younger, I think Michael Jordan's son was the best, like 11-year-old in the country when I was
Both of
younger.
them?
Yeah, his son, and but just one of them. It was only one of them.
Oh, okay.
He ended up going to North Carolina, and then something happened with him and the sneakers. He couldn't wear his own sneakers or some shit like that. Don't quote me on what really went on, but that was, and like I said, they could crown him and all, but just because you such and such son usually means somebody's going coming for your head. That's usually what it means.
Right.
So,
Zara?
Nah, man, it's been like that. It's cool. It's good for to talk about. It also helps high school, basketball, ratings, especially with basketball. That's why they put these high school, like just the game they had with Melo and Bronny. Even when LeBron came out and so forth. Yeah, no, I don't mean Zion. I don't mind it.
right.
I'm used to it, so why not?
And
did you hold on, Ian, before you go, Zar? Did you feel that way when they did it for Sebastian Telfair and all that?
The jailbird, yeah. Yeah, nah, I remember that. I remember. Hey, shit.
I remember, but the hype wasn't there to me.
Right.
For
Nah,
Sebastian
I remember
Telfair.
the Felipe Lopez and AI didn't get no hype because he was in jail.
Yeah.
You remember what I'm talking about, Dennis? When AI went to jail?
well,
I even seen the 30 for 30.
wait a minute.
But John Thompson.
Right. He said everybody back away from him. This is what Iverson said.
Right. So, yeah. Now, Sebastian, like I said, Sebastian would have, his off the court stuff is what did him in. He wasn't necessarily a bust, I think, because of talent. His head wasn't there. Okay. Some players, it's their head. It ain't, and like Darius Miles was another loose cannon, and I think he didn't make it because of mental. A lot of that's mental. Some is talent at the next level. They just don't equate. But some is mental. A lot of that's mental.
To me, I really thought Darius Miles would have been a good player if he did not go to the Clippers. Let's just say
they ain't got nothing to do with it.
I think how the Clippers at that time, they were not winning like that.
Yeah, but that ain't. You right about that, but that ain't got nothing to do with it.
So how can you change the player if y'all just losing all the damn time? Let's be honest. They were not winning like that with the Clippers. So if you put him on a good team and somebody to help him, I think he would have been a great player. But that's just my opinion,
Right. Possible. You never know.
I mean, they had Elton Brand over there, so.
Oh, shit. They're not saying much, then.
Look, I'm going to say this about Darius Miles. The only clip and the only highlight of his whole career was that interview he did where they asked him about LeBron, and he said, we don't need him. He'll just be he'll be riding off of us, that kind of thing.
That's it.
Right.
Like that's like the only thing I remember about Darius Miles is that comment.
I
he
don't
made
even
about
remember that.
LeBron. Like they were doing an interview and they're interviewing
And I
like
watched
Cavaliers
the
players.
Knuckleheads podcast. Shout out to the Knuckleheads podcast. I watched the Knuckleheads podcast. I ain't hear him say that. None of that. Yeah.
No, like
Yeah,
they
I'm gonna have to
interviewed
go
like
back and watch
Carlos
the movie.
Boozer and they interviewed Darius Miles and they all were like pretty much scoffing at LeBron James, saying like, "Oh, he's gonna help us out," or it's not his team yet. It's gonna be our team, kind of thing.
Right.
So, you want me to keep going or what?
No, that's good. That's good. We had a good show. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. We had a hell of amount of views tonight, boy. It's great to see a lot of people, man. Yuri in the building. Yuri, don't be no stranger, Yuri. Donovan in the house. Donovan finally got some time off to see you.
Look at Maurice.
Yeah, Jeremy here. Listen, everything was pretty good. Y'all got any last words?
Like and share the show. And thank you to the fans that without y'all, we would not be doing this.
Go Hoosiers.
Yeah, like and share the show, and don't forget to tell all your friends about it.
Hey, Dennis, it's on to the next sport, baby.